of course, when you say war, you arrive with certain things already, like a checklist on your head. And we had to very quickly change our operational vision. We will find really needs all over the country, of course, also outside the country. In Kyiv, we are present in the hospital of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. We actually responded to their call for help, for support. It's a very big hospital where several injured war wounded arrived. There are more or less, I would say, 300 to 400 beds of really fully dedicated to trauma. And they receive patients, once again, from the east and the south, so from the front lines, where the first surgeries are done, and then they're sent to Kyiv to continue their care. So in Vinnytsia, there is a hospital that has around 60 beds. Most of the patients actually come from all over the oblast. The oblast of Vinnytsia and the oblast of Lviv were, since the beginning, two regions where all the war wounded from the east would come for rehabilitation, for surgery and rehabilitation, what we call physiotherapy. And we see that most of them are actually amputees. So around 90 to 95% of them are amputees. And they are presenting now heavier handicaps that if they were treated properly with rehabilitation. So in the east, we were approached by Ukrainian activities to help evacuating people that were in care homes. These are people, they're elderly, they're also people with some chronic diseases, maybe some malformations. And this is a very important population, actually, that were struggling rather to receive proper care in the places that they were placed, that they live, actually, because it's done on the long term. One team takes care of the sending side. So this team will go to these care homes. They would evaluate the patients, their physical state, but also their mental health status, to know if they are consentant or consentant, also to understand if the transfer will happen, would go softly, let's say, for them, to prepare them psychologically. In the other side, there's the receiving team, and their job is to evaluate places where, homes, but also other type of establishments, where these people can be put to continue their care and continue their lives. So currently MSF is working in the rural area of Mykolaiv also, where we have been focusing on mental health. Psychology, more specifically, it's something that is quite stigmatized in the country. There are not many psychologists, and the few that are, of course, they don't have the expertise of war and what to do. What we hear from the teams, it's a lot of alcohol abuse, violence, suicidal thought, intra-family violence, but also like just in the community. You can see that there's really like a rupture in the generations that are living this. And if there's nothing that is done for them now, it's going to have an impact for many, many years.